You know, if you're Prince Harry and the royal family, time and time again, you do start to think to yourself, well, no, clearly nothing's changed. And when you think about it, Harry's been given many, many opportunities. Now, this may shock certain people, but you know, when I tell you this, you do kind of think to yourself, well, you could have some sympathy for his wife, Meghan Markle. I can hear the hissing through the camera, absolutely. But you know, Harry is very, very petulant. He's difficult to deal with. And according to sources, well, really just you have to almost adhere to what he wants. With Meghan, he's met his match because she's equally as difficult, demanding, and far more, according to things like The Hollywood Reporter, a diva duchess in high heels who can bring grown men to tears. I'm not quite sure how, maybe is it the jam, who knows? But consequently things are apparently very, very difficult indeed. But if you are a member of the British monarchy, once again you will be left very disappointed in the recent actions upon his return back here to the United Kingdom of, some might say, the very difficult younger son. As ever, let me explain. Morning chums, lovely to see you today. Thank you so much as ever for taking the time out to join me in the very heart of the United Kingdom. I hope you're keeping well. Whatever you're doing, you're all right. That's good to know. We have to look out for each other. Thank you as ever for supporting all the videos. Thank you for your warm, kind and friendly comments. It's always nice to hear them. You know, when you do a political story, I'll just share this with you. People call you all sorts of things. I'm bringing you the news. You know, it's impartial. I tell you what I see because I'm there at the press conference or 10 Downing Street or anything like that. You know, the thing is, even if you were bringing you news on something like the British waterways, it'd say, oh, it's because you love water. You know, you just can't win with certain people. The bottom line is, that is the story. It's up for you to make your decision. I'm impartial in it. I just tell you what I see here and the people that I speak to. You could say the same thing, of course, for the former royal known as Prince Harry. You see, part of the problem that you have if you're Harry is that you don't know when to keep it shut. We saw that very quickly when he had that very special meeting with our late and wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. As many of you know, and this is not impartial, I thought she was a terrific lady who deserved far better towards the end of her life, particularly with the way that Meghan and Harry treated her. The stress that they put her under, alongside, of course, the Duke of Edinburgh, one of my favourite royals, His Royal Highness Prince Philip. Well, just nasty, really, whichever way you want to look at it. Harry clearly has not changed. You see, what Harry and his team are doing is this. As you know, he has this new communications team, which are used to celebrities. And when you're working with celebrities, it's totally different. They don't care what column inches you get, as long as they say, I got you in this magazine or I got you in that magazine. And you can see it, for instance, in, say, the pop star Christina Aguilera. She's lost masses of weight and now almost looks unrecognizable to her own members of her family due to alleged surgeries. But, you know, she can't complain because they've got her in the newspaper. You see, this is what you pay for. Now, Harry clearly likes to be talked about and doesn't like to be ignored. And sadly, when he came back over here to the United Kingdom, some people suggest that he wasn't invited to the funeral of course, the late and wonderful Duchess of Kent. Now, again, as you know, big fan of the Duchess of Kent and the Duke of Kent, particularly in the Wimbledon sphere. I think they did so much great work. Now, the story goes that Harry couldn't stay here simply because he had prior commitments. What? Feeding chickens? Who knows? And the story is also, well, he had to go off to Ukraine. That gave him plenty of time to come back for that special service at the wonderful Westminster Cathedral. So guess what? Harry and his team dropped this particular bombshell to a Low magazine, another magazine that really needs a lot more attention, simply because sales are down and it's given away in all the hotels for free, the ones that I pop into anyway. So consequently, they were able to print this headline story, which basically said that when Harry was over here in the United Kingdom, he popped by to Kensington Palace to go and see the Duke of Kent to offer his condolences. Very nice, very kind, and no doubt very welcome. However, he could have stayed if he'd have wished. But more importantly, if it was a private meeting, why did it need to be splashed across the pages of a glossy magazine? And why did Harry need to get the recognition? Well, that literally came out the day of the funeral. Very tactless, many people might say, and not the sort of behaviour that indeed the very caring and forgiving, warm-hearted Duchess of Kent would have approved of. But then, this is Meghan and Harry's celebrity world. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.